Guys, I'm Dave Hamlet, founder of Lyfelinez, and I've got with me
Leon, co-founder of Hustle, Creatine infused protein bar.
And other than both being very good friends now and working together closely on all things Hustle, we wanted to have a chat about creatine. So both of us have got a real passion. I've probably got top of your age nearly. Look at look you are, you dick. But no, so you are without doubt a bit of a creatine or a specialist, mate. So there's with the great brand you've created. So those who don't know, it's a creatine infused protein bar.
Yes.
What have we been around now? A year? Not even a year?
Well, we launched in April this year. So
and you're in what, 400 gyms?
409 as of right now. Yeah.
Insane.
Since April. Independent mainly, a couple franchises.
Yep.
Vending, things like that,
Yep.
but mainly independent gyms, yeah.
Nice. And I think the thing that sets the bar apart is taste. What's in it? So it's the first one that's got electrolytes, vitamins, minerals, creatine. And protein, and it tastes good.
Yeah, it's got to taste good.
I mean, I'll let you explain. Creatine notoriously, I mean, it's part of the reason you made it. It doesn't dissolve.
No, 100%. So a lot of people will swear by creatine. I mean, it is a fantastic supplement. It's the most studied in the world. It's studied more than a lot of medicines are.
Yep.
But there's so many key major issues with the old-fashioned ways of taking it. So they're putting it as a powder into your water. For instance, you'll see it sedimenting at the bottom. You'll be whisking it constantly and you'll neck your drink and there'll be a little white line in the drink and nobody wants that. You're not getting your whole daily intake there unless you're dry scooping it, which is nasty.
Yeah, it's hard work. That.
Yeah, it's hard work. And the tablets too, like there's tablets on the market that are reasonable size, like paracetamol size, but you have to take 6 of them throughout the day, or there's huge ones. And obviously there's the gummies too, which are probably one of the better methods of taking creatine, provided you're getting them from a reputable source.
Exactly.
Because there's been a lot of uproar in that side of the industry.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, a lot of lack of trust has happened over there. So it's really important that you get them from a reputable source.
And you are probably, you're pretty much, I think you're the first company to do it properly.
The 5 grams of creatine. Yeah, well, we've got it.
In a tasty bar.
100%. There's maybe one other bar that I know of, maybe 2 with creatine in, but they haven't got the 5 grams. So you either have to take or eat 2 or 3 of the bars or supplement it as well. It defeats the whole point. If you're going to do it, you can do it properly.
So for those that don't know, daily dose?
5 grams minimum.
Yep.
100%. You don't have to overcomplicate creatine, If you don't know what you should be doing with creatine, you should be taking 5 grams every day and drinking a lot of water, and that's it. And if you don't like how you take creatine, get it in one of these.
Here it is, plug. So what does creatine do for those that wouldn't know what it is or what it does? Like what help someone understand in a layman's terms manner? Okay,
so bare bones of it, creatine is like an additional battery pack for your body. So your body naturally creates creatine anyway.
Yep.
You get it in a lot of food anyway, but in microdosing. So if you wanted to get creatine from eating food, you'd maybe have to eat about 1 kilogram of steak every day.
Which would be expensive.
To get your 5 grams. It's expensive and you'd probably get sick of steak pretty quickly, right?
Yep.
What it does is your body naturally produces ATP or adenine triphosphate, which is your energy. And when that breaks down into ADP, that's your release of energy, which keeps you going. When you take creatine, it replenishes those ATP.
Yep.
Faster than if you're not taking creatine.
Yep.
So say for instance, you're in the gym, you're hitting a superset or something like that, and you're bicep curling into hammer curls, just for argument's sake. You'll hit fatigue, you'll hit a wall of fatigue within about 8 seconds, and your performance will start to diminish. But when you're taking creatine, that wall gets further and further away from you, and you hit fatigue somewhere between 15 and 25 seconds after that. So it gives you that extra edge. And people might say, oh, is it worth it? I feel pretty good in the gym anyway. And yeah, you can feel good from training in the gym without creatine, but studies are showing that if you're taking creatine consistently over the course of a year, you're likely to add on between 1 to 4 kilograms of extra lean muscle mass than if you're not taking creatine. And it's those marginal gains that give you that advantage, whatever your sport, whatever your field is.
I think the physical and stuff's interesting too, but I'm more intrigued in the cognitive stuff. There's some, what the doses of we've heard or you start to read of up to 20 G a day.
Yeah.
And
mega dosing.
Commentary around if you dose at that level, cognitively, you'd be in a better position even if you had no sleep.
100%.
Which is crazy, right?
100%. There was a study done, I think it was in Arizona University. They took 2 groups of over 60s, and for 3 months, one of the groups was on a placebo and the other was on creatine. And at the end of that 3 months, they had to sit a memory test. The one on creatine scored 41% higher than the one not taking creatine. And that is huge.
Yeah, massive.
41%.
And look, I think this is where it gets interesting, because the fitness industry notoriously to date, we've both got brands in this space, is very aimed at like probably us, 18 to 40.
Yep.
Active, whatever it might be. But I think now it should be more about how can supplementation support people later in life, dementia, Alzheimer's, lack of movement we know is there. Post-menopausal support for those
100%.
Women that are struggling with brain fog and things. It's huge. So it's definitely, your audience is far wider than I think it is. I mean, let's talk about some myths and misconceptions. They're always quite good. What do you think when you're in your so my biggest myth or misconception, I believe, from being a bit older, would be the whole, I'm not sure if you remember it, you had to load and unload and cycle it.
Yeah.
What a load of bollocks.
Yeah, 100%. I think it used to be, if I remember right, because it's a little, as you said, it's a little outdated now, but it used to be that you'd take, 20 grams a day for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think the
and then
protocols
bring
was
it down.
different, weren't they? And then come on and off it.
Yeah, and cycle in it.
You had to build up for that as well, I think I was told. Like you had to start with a few grams and then build up with it. I know I've never done it, but
No, it's just wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
As simple as that.
So as the creatine expert, what would you be, what is the guidance on it for those people watching?
I mean, I don't think there's any real necessity to overcomplicate it too much. Instead of saying, you need to take 20 grams for 13.5 days and then cycle off to 17 grams. And then after 2 weeks, you got to stop. It's way too much. You just take 5 grams a day. That's it as a minimum.
Yep.
There is
a core staple diet, like a supplementation, be just 5 grams a day.
5 grams a day. That is
build off whatever you need.
Absolutely. And there's loads of ways you can take that 5 grams. This being the best one, obviously. But
I love it.
Yeah.
Next myth or misconception, because we asked a few people some questions. Does creatine actually make you bloated and watery, or is that a misunderstanding?
So, yes and no.
Okay.
It will increase your water retention, guaranteed. But that's a positive. Whether or not it makes you bloated, you've got to be able to differentiate from having a little extra body fat and being bloated.
Good.
So whilst there's a difference, they might seem similar on the surface. So if you've had a bad diet for a couple of weeks and you're taking creatine, you can't be blaming it on the creatine.
Agreed. Yeah, your gut health's probably
your gut health will be
blame.
more important. 100%.
Yeah.
Yes, your body is going to hold on to more water whilst you're taking creatine, but that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
It's really important.
Yeah.
And that is one of the main reasons why there's a lot of misconceptions. Not misconceptions, but stereotyping around creatine and it being solely for bodybuilders. Because bodybuilders take it because of the water retention in your muscle, which obviously gives you that more inflated look that you see on stage when people are flexing and stuff like that. And they look great and the muscles look huge, but creatine will be a huge factor in that because there's water retention in the muscle. Whether or not it makes your stomach directly bloated, before you start blaming creatine, I'd have a look at the other aspects of your life and make sure that that's all in line first.
There's probably a lot of those variables. That's a good
100%.
Next one, and this didn't come from me. Does creatine cause hair loss? Those who've not seen me, this wasn't creatine. Or mess with your hormones. What does the science actually say?
That it doesn't cause hair loss. I mean, there's obviously it's a misconception for a reason, right? I believe there was one study in 2009 that showed that there was a slight increase in the hormone that thins your hair on a group of people that took creatine.
What is? Too late.
It's 3 letters. It evades me right now.
Fine. We can put that up. We'll reference all the studies anyway that you're calling out.
We'll put it here.
Around.
It's 2009 study done on rugby players.
Right.
I'll find the study and we'll get it up.
Yep.
And there was an increase in that hormone that does have a correlation to thinning hair.
Fine.
However, the increase was within the normal range and it's tiny. And it was disproven by a study that showed when a guy works out, their testosterone increases.
Agreed.
And testosterone
is generally
has a direct correlation.
Obviously, I've got a lot of that because I'm a man.
Obviously, yeah. Testosterone has a direct correlation between balding. The higher a male's testosterone is, the more likely they are to be bald. So
it's a good shout.
The correlation is not around creatine, but around working out more than it is around creatine. So people who work out and don't take creatine may also see thinning or hair loss.
Yeah.
People who do take creatine and are working out may also see thinning or hair loss.
Yeah.
But genetics are going to overpower that tenfold.
Yeah,
you know?
agreed. And the upside's like...
Yeah, after taking creatine, I got properly thick hair.
Say, yeah.
You know, it's not an issue. It's not an issue at all. If you're working out and your testosterone's increasing and you happen to see hair loss, the likelihood is that your family are bald too, or the men in your family are bald too. So no, there's no real scientific evidence at all to show that.
Good. So a couple of other interesting questions we've got. So this is from someone who must do this. So on average, how much stronger or powerful can someone expect to be with creatine compared to training without it? I mean, that's getting quite clinical. Again, I think for me, there's a lot of variables. But what would you say to that?
Well, so similar to what I mentioned earlier about the recovery rate, I think is really important, because if you're talking more powerful, my thought immediately goes to something around functional fitness,
Yep.
you know, explosive power, quick repetitions, things like that.
Yep.
And like I mentioned before, it increases that time period that you're able to give 100% effort for. So that, for instance, but then also, again, between 1 and 4 kg of extra lean muscle mass per year, taking creatine regularly than someone that doesn't. So obviously it depends on your training intensity too.
Yep.
But it definitely gives you that increase. Person to person is going to vary based on your training intensity. But if you want the best chances of getting stronger than all your mates, then you should be taking creatine because of that 1 to 4 kg of extra lean muscle mass that you do get.
Which is massive.
Yeah, it's massive.
So here's one. For busy people who train 3 times a week, what does creatine realistically add over the next 6 to 12 months?
So many things. If you're busy, then...
We're back to the cognitive piece here. Again, I just think it makes you function better.
Yeah.
You'll function at a better level.
Yep.
Those who don't know, cognitive, and not to insult anyone, but obviously is your capacity to think.
Yeah. The lack of brain fog. Because you'll find, obviously, Mike and I, my business partner, we've been working really hard since April on getting this out there. And that includes a lot of late night desk work.
Oh no, much
spreadsheets, whatever, you know. And I would say we're pretty busy people. Creatine for me, there was definitely a difference in my ability to concentrate before I was taking creatine to my ability to concentrate now that I'm on creatine. Because objectively, we're getting a little bit less sleep than what we should be doing because we're working all the time. We're getting up early to do what we want to do, go to the gym ourselves, and then the day's starting and we're busy till however late. And I think I know that there's a huge correlation between lack of sleep, cognitive function, and creatine.
Yep.
So if you're not sleeping a lot, you're going to get brain fog quickly. You know, there was a study done that we'll cite that stated that people on 4 hours sleep taking creatine performed as well cognitively than those on a full 8 hours. And
it's huge. I mean, there's so many instances where this is being reinforced. Again, it's one of the most researched supplements on the planet.
100%.
So
thousands of studies backing it.
Good. Right. What else do we have here? We had a question. Why did you put creatine in a bar instead of a scoop or a tub? But we've covered that, I think.
Yeah. It's better.
It's just better. It is, and it tastes good as well.
Yeah.
Interesting one. How quickly could someone expect to feel the benefits of either introducing creatine to their daily routine, or I suppose moving to a place where it's more consistent or in a bigger volume?
Very quickly. So if you were to mega dose creatine, say 20 grams of a morning, you'll feel the cognitive benefits during that day.
Yep.
You'll feel it straight away. If you start normal dosing it, 5 grams daily, it'll be within the first 2 weeks. You'll easily start to feel a difference.
And there's not much in the space that offers the value and the benefit that this does that can do that. I mean, caffeine would work quickly, stimulant, has some negative side effects occasionally, but
caffeine,
this is different gravy, right?
I mean, I love caffeine.
I do. Heart health, cardiac health, it's just good, right?
Yeah. However, a lot of people crash off caffeine.
Yeah.
But if you're mega dosing creatine, you're not going to get that crash.
None of that is there.
You know, you're just gonna feel sharp immediately.
Yeah.
If you take 20 grams in the morning and you've got an exam later that day for maths, GCSE or whatever, you're going to be on form. You're going to be locked in during that exam.
And if you're in Liverpool University, you might as well just go to the vending machine and buy this.
100%. Yeah, they're all in there.
Which is well timed. Aren't the exams coming up?
Yeah, there'll be some exams and stuff due in December. So
get yourself to the vending machine,
Liverpool
guys.
Uni, get after him.
Get after it. Another myth and misconception to debunk here is, for years it's been seen as creatine could be bad for your kidneys. Is this true?
It's not going to cause any problems. If you've got problems already, then I'd be careful, because it increases your water retention. Obviously, that is correlated. There's a connection between your kidneys and your water in your body and the filtering of it and all of that. But if you're without any issues with your kidneys, you're going to be absolutely fine. It's not going to create a problem.
Yeah.
But if you've already got one, I'd be careful. Same with pregnancy. If you're pregnant, they say you shouldn't really be taking creatine. But if you're not, then you can. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have any,
and if in doubt, speak to your doctor.
100%.
If you can get hold of them.
Yeah. If they're at 8:01, book an appointment.
Yeah. if they're actually not speaking to AI.
Yeah. Why do you take creatine, Dave?
Why do what?
Why do you take creatine?
Good question. Why do I take creatine? So I used to take it years ago for the cognitive effect, the increase in performance. If I'm honest, when I first did, I didn't think I fucking knew what it did. We were still in the age of deloading, loading, cycling. It was like, I'll just try it. I think I remember taking it when My Protein were doing it, and used to have a capsule maker, so I used to make my own. And it just used to be everywhere, like you'd just be covered. It wouldn't dilute very well, tasted like shit. I just think it was a hassle. Like, so one of the things your brand's done is really overcome one of the issues. That said, you can get it in many other forms. I also think, until we started working together, I just neglected it more than anything. I think convenience. I'm 42.
It's convenience.
It's absolutely convenience, mate. So with your bar, you've got more than just that as well. So you've got a dose of electrolytes, got some vitamin minerals. It's satiating. The bar's actually, I mean, if anyone's watching this hasn't tried creatine yet,
It's a good place to start.
It's difficult to get it into something that tastes good because of its texture and dry nature.
Yeah.
You have to take a good creatine gummies, you'll notice they're like fucking sandpaper.
Yeah.
So it is difficult, but I think for me, just the bar option's easy. Look, it's just one a day.
It's convenient, isn't it? Because you could just get yourself a box of these for your house.
Yep.
When you're on your way out.
Make perfect one.
Throw it in your bag.
Yeah, but if I've been working all day, which you know how much we've got going on here in the agency and stuff, it's like I might not have eaten. I've got to the gym at like leaving here about 3:30. I'm like, trying to train on an empty stomach. It's just enough.
Yeah.
I think it's better. It's a bit more healthy than a grenade bar.
Yeah. Not to do too much of a plug with it as well, but two reasons as to why this is going to be perfect for pre-workout snack. One, it's gluten-free.
Yeah.
So it's dead light on your stomach.
Yeah.
A lot of protein bars will be heavy.
Yeah, quite heavy. That's the saturated fat in them, right?
Yeah, that too, yeah. But mainly gluten-free. So a lot of people might experience bloating when they're eating gluten.
Okay.
And not really pin it to a slight intolerance to gluten.
Yep.
But that's what it is. You know, if you ever eat pasta or pizza and you feel dead bloated, like abnormally bloated, it's likely because of a slight reaction to gluten. Not something to go panicking about. It's normal. But because this is gluten-free, you don't get that. And also the fact that it is clear of any artificial sweeteners as well.
Yeah, so you've gone down the clean route, which is representative of the brand.
Yeah. So a lot of protein bars will mess with your gut a little bit, make you feel a little bit iffy. And this one doesn't. So we've got athletes that take this or eat this mid-marathon before high rocks, things like that. And you're not going to eat a product that's going to make you feel terrible before you do a marathon at high rocks or halfway through or whatever, you know.
So the interesting thing for me is you're super knowledgeable across the board. I mean, you train. I think we were joking the other day. You're quite competent in the mixed martial arts space. Those don't know what ripped me through the CV. It's quite impressive.
So Japanese jiu-jitsu. It's It's been a little bit of a minute since I've been training intensely. Obviously, this
Don't
is
play it down. You did this the other day. So
All right,
humble. Own it, mate, because it's impressive what you've achieved, mate. I know you're a humble guy anyway, but
so BJJA, Japanese Jiu-Jitsu.
Yep.
Started when I was 11. Last year, third in Britain, 77 kg and under.
See my point. Mate, it's impressive. So I think one of the interesting things is we talked about this in the industry anyway, or in that sport, something you clearly dedicate a lot of time to. I mean, my brand's simply in there. We've done it. You roll in, and when you're training, you're there for an extended period of time, right? I think the biggest thing for me is that cognitive decline. That must happen quickly when you're.
Yeah.
It's like, what's it? It's like violent chess, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's exactly that. It's like chess.
Yeah.
You got to think about everything. The people that are really good at rolling are thinking about the result of the action that you're going to do.
Yeah.
You know, so they're thinking 2-3 steps ahead, you know. And whilst you've got some sweaty armpit in your face and you're getting choked out or whatever, sometimes it can be difficult to think straight. So it's important to be able to have that clear cognitive asset behind you whilst you're training.
It could be a massive point of difference.
100%.
Huge.
Well, that's why you see all these videos online of the guy that's like, when I get fight, I see red, you know, and just go swinging around, flailing about.
On emotions, it's not good.
It's no good, man.
Yeah.
So keeping a clear head, and creatine obviously helps with that.
Yeah. I think the application as well for anyone watching this, if you've got a business,
Yeah.
so you're heavily, this is the start really of us talking about this educational element that the brand has. I know you guys, as well as Mike, is super passionate about this. So if you're a business, I mean, we'll please reach out, but there's an opportunity, especially with some of the partners we've got coming up that we're working commercially, you're going to bolt on kind of some activation. What that looks like in a gym, a sports club, or a business is very different. But the opportunity for both Mike and Leon to engage with your staff, your employees, this is certainly something if you've got a large workforce and you've got some vending facilities, catering facilities, this should be like front and centre.
Absolutely. And if you're in a gym,
I mean, you're killing the gyms. Like,
yeah.
For anyone watching this, 400, but you're on 408 gyms, did you say?
4-9, yeah.
Yeah, I've been in the industry a long time. I know Dave has as well. That's probably, I don't think we've ever seen a brand grow so quickly.
It's effort.
Yeah, you do work hard. So I guess education-wise then, if someone's watching this, we've tried to cover through the top misconceptions. There is thousands and thousands of studies out on this. If anyone's got any questions, put them in the comments below.
Yeah.
Leon and Mike will get back to you. If it's a shitty comment, I will just delete it. No, I'll probably just leave it because that stuff grows. But yeah, this is a real opportunity now. I think this is the start of where we've wanted to work together to really offer insight, information, clear up the grey areas. I think that whole older community element is big.
It's huge, yeah.
If we can, we've got some program of works that's going on into the new year that sees we're getting into a space that should help service that category of consumer, but also it needs a ton of education.
100%.
And you're well up for that.
Every day, yeah. Education around creatine. If everybody knew how beautiful it was, there'd be no debate.
Yep.
You know, if everybody knew what you can get, there'd be no debate.
Result, yeah.
Yeah.
Little input, a lot of output.
100%. It's so easy.
Yeah.
You know, this is so easy. Just throw in your bag, eat it while you're driving, eat it at work, whatever. And the benefits?
Huge.
Yeah.
Good. Mate, it's been brilliant having you on as always.
Thanks.
Like I say, I think there's a part 2 to this. Let's understand who comes back with what questions. Pretty sure we've covered all the basics.
Yeah.
Let's get some of the studies up. We can come back. I know you've got some more knowledge to share on those. If anyone's interested in anything specific, like I say, fire it in the comments. But mate, always good to catch up.
Always.
Take your creatine.
5 grams.
5 grams.